Washington Grown is brought to you by the Potato Farmers of Washington. Learn why Washington is home to the world's most productive potato fields and farmers by visiting potatoes.com. Also brought to you by Northwest Farm Credit Services, supporting agriculture and rural communities with reliable, consistent credit and financial services today and tomorrow. And by the Washington Turfgrass Seed Commission, helping our farmers produce the highest quality turfgrass seed in the world.
Hi everyone, I'm Christy Gordson and welcome to Washington Grown. All across the state, women are leading the way in agriculture, just like Rachel is. She's the owner of the Lost Peacock Creamery here in Olympia. So today we are celebrating the hardworking women of Washington Ag. We'll visit Lost Peacock Creamery, where they melt goats for goat cheese.
What job can I have where I just get to hang out with goats all day?
And I'm making risotto at La Spiga.
First, we need to chop some onions, and I understand that you're a master chopper of onions.
I'm not a master. Plus, we're seeing how Pike Place Market adapted during the coronavirus pandemic.
Instead of bringing people to the market, we decided let's bring the best of the market directly to people's doorsteps instead.
All this and more today on Washington Grown. This is harder than it looks. It's a little baby pig. That's really, really good, Reed.
That's a little party in a little glass.
Well, hello there. Gobble, 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 gobble. Oh!
No TV bites here. I'm gonna dig in. Cheers, cheers, cheers. I'm at La Spiga on Capitol Hill, where fresh, local produce combines with northern Italian delights, creating something truly magical. If you close your eyes, you might think you're in Italy.
It's gorgeous. It's the best location in Seattle, for sure.
It feels like someplace else.
I would say it's like no other Italian restaurant you've ever been to.
We want people to feel like they have walked off of the streets of Seattle and into an Italian osteria.
Co-owner Sabrina Tinsley and her husband designed La Spiga to be warm and welcoming. And when you come through those doors, you feel like you're with family.
An osteria is a very welcoming, homey type of restaurant where it's very host-driven.
It always looks so just like warm and inviting.
Everyone's just super friendly. Like every employee that we've met just always has a smile on their face.
It's super authentic Northern Italian. I mean, you walk in and you have Pietro here to greet you in Italian. It's wonderful.
It's important to take advantage of the bounty that we have here in Washington. We focus on the region of Emilia-Romagna, which is where my husband is from.
Amazing. Some of the best Italian food in the city.
Well-seasoned food is hard to find, so when you find it, always go back.
The blend of flavors is just, it's delectable.
Don't miss later in the show when Sabrina and I make a special risotto. We're gonna make some risotto.
Nice pronunciation. You did it. You were so worried.
Goats, pigs, guinea fowl, and peacocks too. Here in Olympia, Lost Peacock Creamery has it all. Today, I'm here to learn what goes into running a goat farm.
One of the reasons I wanted to own a goat dairy is because I wanted a bunch of goats. Yeah.
Rachel Toller and her husband Matthew are first-generation farmers. Together, they run the farm the way they raise their family, one step at a time.
I was in the Air Force. I deployed to Iraq and then kind of got out and was looking for something to kind of make me feel more whole. Ended up getting a goat, and I was like, this is so cool. Awesome. What job can I have where I just get to hang out with goats all day? Right. And I said, well, I know, I'll start a goat dairy, which is actually like the stupidest thing you can do because it's really hard. Yeah. But we're in our 4th season now, and we kind of figured it out.
I hear kind of like this screech every now and then.
So that's the peacocks. There's like 26 of them. We don't feed them, we don't house them, we don't water them. We just kind of share our lives with them. When we were first becoming a goat dairy, we were on the phone with each other saying, what are we doing? You know, we both had really good jobs. I was working in corporate America. He was an ER nurse. We made good money. Why change, right? Like, I was on the phone with him, and this white peacock just shows up out of nowhere. We took it as a sign as, oh my gosh, we have to do this. Right. So we did it and we named the dairy Lost Peacock Creamery. Come on, Chris. Come on. When the dairy was first starting, I did a Kickstarter. And one of the things I sold was naming rights.
Oh, I love
goats.
it. That's a great
This
idea.
is Scarlet O'Chev. This is Princess Snuggleton. This is Phoenix. Doozy's our guard llama, and that's her best friend, Emma. This is Lady Clara von Chaserstock III. This is Hot Dog. The campers named her. And then her baby came out, and they named the baby Corn Dog. These are our employees, right? Like, you should like your employee.
Exactly.
Next, we met up with Matthew in the parlor where goats come in to be milked twice a day.
This is awesome. They're so calm.
They want to be here because this is like their treat for the day. And I know which ones are the naughty ones and that are going to get their heads in and they're going to try to get more grain. Like that one. She usually does it.
Matthew's a registered nurse, but his real passion is farming.
It's definitely not what I thought I'd be doing with my life. I've always had an appreciation for homegrown food, appreciation for high quality food.
Yeah.
And that's what we make. I mean, our goat milk is so good. I can live on it. We only milk 40 goats right now. In a whole day, I'll end up getting about 35 gallons. Like an average Holstein cow gives you between 6 and 10 gallons a day, where our goats give us around 1 gallon a day.
Next, Matthew put me to work milking the goats.
I'll turn on the thing and you can do it.
Oh, dear God, okay.
I trust you. All right, you're hired. #1 milkmaid.
Our goal has always been to reduce our reliance on outside products. Growing our own food is a big thing.
When the kids don't have any milk, I tell them, okay, go milk a goat. Go get it yourself.
People are so disconnected from what it is to make food, to eat food.
How lucky are we that we can produce 80% of the food that we eat?
To end our tour, the Tollers let me try some of their goat cheese.
I have to say, this tastes like a delicious grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
But all in one. Like,
and 0 carbs.
it's so delicious. Good job.
You can have that whole thing. That's yours.
Hey, let's go. I absolutely love Washington strawberries. And when you sprinkle a little of that Crepe Sisters magic on it, I just couldn't resist stopping by. Crepe Sisters Cafe is operated by sisters Ashley and Jessica. And when they were first approached about running the business, they had no idea how much they'd fall in love with it.
Our first initial thought was, no way, you're crazy, too much work. And then actually we started dreaming, and just the idea of being business owners together really sparked. We really try to focus on berries and just the freshness of the crepes.
I've waited all day to try this crepe. It's the lemon curd with strawberry. You gotta come down and find Crepe Cafe and get yourself one of these. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that loves this one. Let's see what other people think.
It's delicious.
Really, really, really great.
The lemon, the strawberry.
Presentation is fantastic. The really bright lemon.
It's not too much. It tastes natural.
With just the really sweet strawberries. It's just a beautiful combination.
Sweet and crunchy. Very fresh.
I mean, how do you describe a good strawberry? It's just good.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm coming back.
I would order it over and over again.
How many top teeth does a goat have? Find out after the break.
Coming up, I'm making a special risotto at La Spiga on Capitol Hill.
We're going to make some risotto.
Nice pronunciation. You were so rude.
And we're in the kitchen at Second Harvest trying out some cherry tomato and cheese galette.
Trick question. Goats don't have any teeth on top. They have what's called a hard upper palate.
We're back at La Spiga on Capitol Hill. Here, a rustic atmosphere and amazing comfort food work together to bring Italy to Seattle.
The food is gourmet.
It has that quality feeling. Everything is made here. The pasta, you can tell, is good.
Been here many nights.
It feels like you're in northern Italy. It's just fantastic.
You know, it's important to take advantage of the bounty that we have here in Washington.
Co-owner Sabrina Tinsley and her husband Pietro own and operate La Spiga. Together, they've worked to make their restaurant a little taste of northern Italy.
Were you interested in Italian food before you met your husband, or what?
I did love Italian food, but I didn't really know what Italian food was, but when I first went there, I was blown away by the flavors.
Everything feels really fresh.
Well-seasoned food is hard to find, so when you find it, always go back.
I remember eating a plate of spaghetti and it looked like there was no sauce on it at all, but when I tasted it, it was so good. It was really important to me when we built out La Spiga to prepare food in a way that people would be able to have that same experience.
It's romantic without feeling stuffy.
It feels like a old world kind of Italian place.
Rustic, traditional, beautiful, flavorful, Italian.
So what are we gonna make today?
Today we're gonna make a risotto called risotto alle zucchine e fiori di zucca.
And I know exactly what that is.
Time to get cooking.
We're gonna make some risotto.
Nice pronunciation. You were so worried
What
about
is
that.
the dish that we're gonna make?
This particular one that we're gonna do today is risotto alle zucchine e fiori di zucca.
So we have some nice Washington-grown zucchini. They came out of your garden, right?
Those are from my garden.
That's so
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then these beautiful zucchini
blossoms.
blossoms, and you can eat these.
Those are edible.
Yeah.
All right, well, first we need to chop some onions.
Okay.
And I understand that you're a master chopper of onions.
Not a master.
We put the onion into a pot with some olive oil and start cooking it. Then we cut a clove of garlic in half and add it into the pot.
Surprisingly, Italians aren't as garlic, heavy as a lot of people think. Typically, they'll do a whole clove of garlic and then take it out.
Oh, interesting.
Highlight the flavor of that.
To keep the onions from caramelizing, Sabrina adds in a little bit of chicken stock. Meanwhile, I grate the zucchini. Next, we season the zucchini blossoms with salt, a garlic clove, and olive oil. When the onions have become soft and translucent, Sabrina adds in the grated zucchini and some salt to enhance the flavor.
Starting to smell really good.
And then I'm gonna end up taking a little bit of this out because I wanna toast my rice. It's really important as you're making risotto to draw out all the starches, and toasting the rice helps to do that.
We stir in the rice and cook for about 30 seconds, making sure to stir it continuously. Then we add chicken stock a little bit at a time. Then we add the zucchini back in.
Stir that in, and I like to shred the zucchini because it adds extra creaminess to the risotto.
Yeah.
Next, Sabrina adds in some tomato seasoned with basil. Then come the zucchini blossoms. Once the risotto is ready, we turn the heat off and add in some butter and Parmesan cheese.
It's quite liquid, which is the way I like it. Some people like it a little drier, but this is perfect for me.
Finally, we top it off with some basil leaves as a garnish.
It smells really earthy and yummy. Lots of flavor in there.
Did you get the zucchini blossom?
I did.
And you can actually taste it. Actually, like in the aftertaste, you can taste it. Because in the forefront, you'll taste the, cheeses and the flavor of the whole risotto. But then on the back, you get the zucchini blossom.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, I'm going back in. Is that okay?
Yes. That's all yours.
Going back in.
Right.
Thank you so much, Sabrina.
You're welcome.
So good.
To get the recipe for La Spiga's risotto, visit wagrown.com.
Today, I'm going to walk you through how to do a simple soil test at home with minimal equipment. All you need is a jar, a little shovel, and some muscle to shake your jar. And so what I've done here is I've dug down about 6 inches into my soil bed, and I'm going to mix this soil up so that I get a good representation of what's in my soil. I'm going to add that to a jar that's halfway full of water. So I'm going to fill the rest of this with soil, but leave a little bit of room. Okay, so then you're gonna put the lid on your jar of soil and water, and you're gonna shake it for 3 minutes. Okay, so I've shaken my soil now for 3 minutes. I'm gonna set it down and let it sit for 1 minute. After 1 minute, you'll take your trusty ruler and you'll measure how much sand is in your soil. And then we're gonna wait for 4 more minutes, and then we'll take our next measurement. Our second measurement is measuring the amount of silt that's present in our soil. So if I was at 1 inch with my sand and I'm at 3 inches now, that means that I have 2 inches of silt that's present in my soil. You're gonna wait another 24 hours to take your final measurement. Now your final measurement on this jar is going to be the amount of clay that's present in your soil. The ideal ratio for soil is 20% sand, 40% silt, and 40% clay. Now, if you want a more comprehensive soil test than just knowing the composition of your soil, then you should take a soil sample and send it into your local conservation district. The conservation district soil testing can provide you with information to get your soil perfectly balanced for your growing needs.
Coming up, we're seeing how Pike Place Market adapted during the coronavirus pandemic.
Instead of bringing people to the market, we decided let's bring the best of the market directly to people's doorsteps instead.
Every plant starts as a seed, but in order to grow and thrive, good soil needs to be part of that equation.
It's so important in the human relationship to the earth.
Lynn Carpenter Boggs is a soil science researcher from WSU. Today, we're talking with her about soil science and why we need more women in agriculture research.
Why is soil science a good field for women to consider?
There is something that appeals to a lot of women about the nurturing aspect of the soil. Once you start learning about how important soil is, not only to agriculture, but to whole cultures around the world and the way they've developed, and really the functioning of ecosystems. It's incredible how important this stuff is.
Ag is a system, right? There's so many different aspects of growing. We have the soil science, we have the crop production.
Sarah Halliburton is one of Lynn's students at WSU. She's working on her master's in soil science.
Discussing challenges that we as women face in agriculture, talking to somebody who's had experience with that can really provide a good idea of what your options are.
Why should women get involved in ag?
Well, honestly, everybody should get involved in ag.
Yeah.
It really takes an army, right? We need everybody of all different minds, and sometimes female and male minds work a little bit different, and everybody's mind works different. And so I really think it's important that women are represented in agriculture because women eat the same amount as men do. And so we should be involved in agriculture just as much as men are. As we try and innovate and find ways to produce enough food to feed the world, while also preserving our environment and our soils, take responsibility for what's going on in the agriculture world because it impacts all of us.
Pike Place Market is an iconic Washington location, and today we're here bright and early to catch some of the freshest sights and sounds of Seattle.
It is my favorite time of the day here in the market because all the vendors are just setting up and the cobblestone streets are being hosed off.
Angela Shen is the founder of Savor Seattle. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Pike Place Market and its vendors faced a crisis, so Angela stepped up to the plate to help save Pike Street.
So 13 years ago, I started a small food tour business here in Pike Place Market, taking small groups to the best places to eat and the artisans here in Pike Place. Fast forward to COVID-19 and we couldn't do that anymore. Right. Instead of bringing people to the market, we decided let's bring the best of the market directly to people's doorsteps instead.
Angela started a CSA-style market box that people can have shipped right to their doorstep. $5 a box goes to benefit the Marketplace Foundation. And to date, they've raised $40,000 for the Pike Place Market community. Boxes are shipped locally as well as across the country.
So these boxes are available for local delivery in the greater Seattle area, but we also ship boxes nationwide. So we've shipped to every one of the states in the last 6 months.
A little taste of Washington.
First on our tour, we're visiting Frank's Produce, where Angela gets fresh produce for her market boxes.
Good morning. Hey. Hi. How's it going, Chaz?
How are you today, Auntie?
So what is in season and Washington grown?
Well, the seasons are changing.
Yeah.
We're just now on the cusp of fall, so the local apples are starting to run. And on the way out are the local nectarines and the local peaches. These guys here, the sun golds, they're on their way out. This is probably the best tasting tomato right now, but the skins are starting to get a little soft.
Can I grab one?
Please try one. These are the sweetest.
Oh, I love these. These are so cool.
Yeah, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Next, Angela took me to Lou's Flower Shop.
Behind the scenes.
This is very behind the scenes.
Your flowers are beautiful.
Thank you.
I love how these are all local flowers and you're all local growers.
The first week when we started doing these home deliveries, we actually didn't have flowers. Customers asked us, like, can you please put a bouquet of market flowers into your weekly delivery? Because especially during COVID, people were inside all the time. And there was nothing like the joy that a beautiful fresh bouquet of flowers brought. Every week since that second week and beyond, we've always had a bouquet in every box.
Well, we're so happy that you're here and that you do what you do.
Of course, we couldn't leave without a bouquet of flowers.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Lou. Take care.
Our last stop was Sunny Honey, where Angela gets local honey to put in the Savor Seattle boxes.
Hi.
Hi, Kira.
Hello. How are you guys?
Sunny Honey, I love it. We'll typically pair up your honey with Honest biscuits. Warm, buttery biscuits with a drizzle of your honey on top. I'm so hungry.
Right? Well, thank you for sharing. Yes.
After all that, we stepped out onto the pier to unpack one of the market boxes.
All right. This is an amazing box. And then, of course, the lovely flowers, the
That's
lovely
great.
bouquet.
Can't have an iconic market box without
The beautiful flowers. And then I love this. This is awesome.
Yeah, because don't we all love Washington?
Yes,
Seattle.
we do. Awesome.
And there you have it.
Someone is going to be very, very happy when they get these boxes delivered to them. We're in the kitchen at Second Harvest today, and we get to do a little taste testing of some recipes that we found off allrecipes.com. And I have my taste testers here with me. Tomas, thanks for being here, and Laurent, thank you for being here.
Hello,
Laurent
Thomas.
is
Good to see you.
a chef and restaurant owner, owns Fleur de Sel. And we get to do a little tasting. And this episode is about women in ag, right? And there are some amazing women out there doing some amazing things in Washington State with agriculture. They're being rock stars. And one of the rock stars that you saw in the episode was from the Lost Peacock Creamery.
Your goat episode.
They're goats, which I love so much. I love goats so much after this episode. It was amazing. We get to do a recipe with some goat cheese.
I know.
Laurent, is called a galette.
A galette,
so what,
yes.
Yeah.
Usually a galette is a savory crepe made with buckwheat from Brittany. So that's the proper term for a galette. But here, I think it's just a pizza, like a French pizza.
Kind of looks like a pizza when you first
looks
take it
like
out
a
of the
pizza,
oven.
you know?
Okay.
And,
If you didn't know it was tomatoes, it almost looks like sausages.
Yeah, so this is a cherry, tomato, and cheese galette by Chef John. And Chef John says, while galette sounds a little fancy, they're actually one of the easier types of pies to make. I'm excited to see this one. Let's take a look.
All right.
like a pizza, Laurent.
It does.
You were right.
And you eat this either cold or at room temperature, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind eating it warm either, you know?
Yeah.
Warm would be good. I think served with a little salad, it's perfect lunch.
Oh, yeah.
It almost reminds me of ricotta cheese. Just kind of
love
what it reminds me of in there, like something you'd see in a lasagna.
I'm a huge fan of goat cheese.
I do too. I think it's fantastic. Goat cheese is
Yeah.
underrated cheese.
And I like this room temperature.
Exactly. I'm very surprised. This is really good. It feels very fresh. You could have this alongside of even another dish if you wanted to.
The big difference between this and the pizza is that the dough can be eaten room temperature because it's so flaky.
Right.
Pizza dough cold, it's pretty cardboard.
Yeah.
So
some comments
Nice.
on allrecipes.com. Marion says, excellent recipe I intend to keep in my repertoire. Love the pastry. The addition of the cornmeal and the egg wash really takes it up a notch.
it's so pretty
good.
also as a
Yeah.
centerpiece.
This was a pleasant surprise. I really like it a lot.
So good. Well, Chef John, thank you.
Thanks, John.
Merci, Jean.
A lot.
To get the recipe for cherry, tomato, and cheese galette, go to wagrown.com.
So whatever the product is, whether it's goat milk or cheese or apples or anything else, women in Washington are working very hard to grow the best food in your neighborhood and the best food in the world. That's it for this episode of Washington Grown. Thanks for watching.